Are you really the magician's courier?
What if I am?
I'd like to have a chance to talk to the magicians. I have to get inside the castle.
The magician's couriers bear seals, which allow them entry to the castle. If you were one of us, you could get such a seal.
Show me your goods.
Choose something.
This camp ain't big enough for the both of us.
Pardon me?
Thoris sent me. He wants to get rid of you once and for all.
Really? Thoris? That's all I wanted to know. Don't try that again.
A fight!
Nothing. No ore.
Hi.
What do you want?
What can you tell me about the camp?
I guess the most interesting part of it is the marketplace. If you're looking for anything in particular, that's the place to go. It's the place under the large roof, south of the outer ring.
What people should I know around here?
If you get into any trouble with the guards, go and see Gravo. You'll find him at the bathing place, near the castle gate. He deals with guys who get into trouble. It happens quicker than you'd expect, especially to newcomers.
I want to be a shadow.
Oh, have you talked to Diego yet?
Yeah, I have.
Good. You just do as he says then. It didn't do me any harm. Well, not really, anyway.
Are you really the magician's courier?
What if I am?
I'd like to have a chance to talk to the magicians. I have to get inside the castle.
The magician's couriers bear seals, which allow them entry to the castle. If you were one of us, you could get such a seal.
Are you really the magician's courier?
What if I am?
I'd like to have a chance to talk to the magicians. I have to get inside the castle.
The magician's couriers bear seals, which allow them entry to the castle. If you were one of us, you could get such a seal.
You have a problem.
Really? What's that?
There are people around here who want to get rid of you.
Really? Then you can tell them they should send someone along to enforce their wish.
What makes you so sure I'm not the one to do it?
'Cause I think you're smarter than that, boy. You'll soon realize that there are better opportunities than working for Gomez. We, too, need capable people in the new camp. And nobody tells you what to do.
Tell me more about the new camp.
It's the camp where you have the most freedom within the colony. We don't have any ore barons or gurus bossing us around. We have our own mine, but the ore that is produced there isn't given to the damn king.
So what is it used for?
Our magicians are working on a plan to break out of here. All the ore is collected for this plan. While Gomez and his people are lazing around, we drudge for freedom. That's what's going on.
And if I wanted to join the new camp, could you help me?
If you're serious, we can go now. I can take you to Laris. He's the head of our gang. But if you prefer to beat me out of the camp, well, go for it.
Let's go to the new camp.
Okay, follow me.
What is it? Why are you waking me up?
Well, here we are. When you pass through the gate, you'll reach the new camp. Talk to Lars. He will help you. Give this to him. It's a precious ring. It's your ticket to see Lars. You need a good reason to be allowed to meet him. Well, thinking about it, I think I'll stay here for some time. I've earned enough for now, and things are heating up in the old camp. If you want, come and meet me at the bar. It's the hut out on the lake. Take care.
See you.
That's not really my problem.
Right.
I'd better keep out of it.
Hello?
You shouldn't believe
I
everything
wouldn't
you
want
hear.
to be in his shoes, though.
Show me your goods.
Choose something.
There must be something about that story after all. It was obvious that there would be trouble ahead.
I thought that had been cleared up ages ago. Maybe.
You have to watch what you tell people.
Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. That's how it goes.
That won't happen again.
There must be something about that story after all.
Let's talk about something else instead.
There was a time when things would have gone very differently.
That's not really my problem.
I wouldn't like to be in his shoes, though.
You have to watch what you tell people.
Let's talk about something else instead.
Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. That's how it goes. I'm done.
I thought
Better
that'd
not
be
go
cleared
rushing
up
into
ages
anything.
ago. Don't listen to all the blathering. That wasn't very clever.
Let's talk about something else instead.
That won't happen again.
I doubt it's
You
ever
have to
likely to
watch what you
change.
tell people. There was a time when things would have gone very differently.
That's not really my problem.
That won't happen again.
You're very probably right.
If you think. As long as I'm not
Same old
involved.
story every time.
That wasn't very clever.
Hang on, better not go rushing into anything.
There must be something about that story after all.
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
I'm not listening to all that
There must be
blathering
something
anymore.
about this story after all.
Maybe.
It was obvious that there would be trouble ahead.
There was a time when things would have gone very differently. You're probably right. You're probably right.
Let's talk about something else instead.
But keep it to yourself. People don't need to know it.
Really not my problem.
You shouldn't believe everything you
Same
hear.
old story every time.
That wasn't very clever.
Same old story every time.
I'd better keep out of it. That's
Some
not
people
really my
never
problem.
learn.
How are things?
Not too bad, but I don't have anything to
There was a
smoke.
time
People
when
never
things
learn.
would have gone very differently.
I have swamp weed. Do you want some?
Hey man, don't take the
talk about
piss, okay?
something else
I don't
I'm
like
not
it.
involved.
I thought that had been cleared up ages ago.
Some people never learn.
People always talk.
It was obvious there would be trouble ahead.
As long as I'm not involved.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
What goes on here?
You've not been here long, have you? The mages have been preparing for the blasting of the ore mound for years. They say it won't be long now. At least it looks that way, considering the huge mound that the scrapers have assembled so far.
What can you tell me about this camp?
It's a kind of community for community's sake, if you know what I mean. We all do as we please, but there are so many of us that Gomez can't wipe us out that easily. Although that's probably what he dreams of at night.
What do you have to do with Gomez?
We steal from him.
Who's your leader?
Lairs is the head of the gang. Most folks accept him. But he don't tell us what to do.
What do I have to do to join the camp?
You can join our gang, but first you have to prove you're against Gomez.
How do I do that?
If I were you, I'd get something important from the old camp, or the old mine, and take it to Lairs.
Where can I find Laris?
Right at the back on the left-hand side of the big cave, you can't miss it. As soon as his guys stop you, you'll know you've found him.
How are you?
Man, what do you think? Eating rice all day and waiting all the time for a chance to get some ore, then off to the bar and fill myself up to the brim with rice schnapps.
How's it going?
And what do you want?
What do I have to do to join the camp?
Go out into the fields and help the peasants collect the rice.
I want to join you.
Lairs decides who gets to join the gang, but you'll need a good reason if you want to see him.
Like what?
Like someone sending you to him.
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm working for the Rice Lord. If you need something, ask Lefty.
What are you doing here?
I'm working for the Rice Lord.
Have you got work for me?
I'll talk to you later. Hey, you! Get out of here. You're learning fast.
Do you intend to go through this gate?
Do you intend to stop me?
No, but you should know what's waiting for you. This is not like in the old camp, and not like being with the sect loonies either.
And what am I expecting here?
There are no guards or Templars to look after you. It's every man for himself. The only ones who stick together are us mercenaries.
What do the mercenaries do?
We are the mercenaries of the water mages. Our target is to break free from here. We're working hard for it, and don't plan to take things easy like the guys from the old camp who are just having an easy time resting on the backs of the diggers. And we all follow Lee. He's a great man. He's the one who holds this damn camp together.
What about the rest of the people?
All crooks. They don't give a damn about the camp. I'd rather just have the peasants guarding the front gate.
What do the mages do?
They investigate the magic characteristics of the ore our scrapers collect in the mine. As far as I know, they want to blow the whole damn ore mound sky high to free us from the barrier.
Sounds dangerous.
They said we shouldn't worry.
You have a massive ore mound here?
You could say that. We could buy the king's wife for that. But we don't give a damn about trading the ore with that old fart. We want to get out of here.
Where's the ore mound?
You want to see a real mound of ore, do you? There's a hole in the middle of the cave. They shove it all in there. But you won't get anywhere near it, I can tell you. The mages and our people guard the ore day and night.
I was just curious. How are things going at the moment?
The scrapers are still collecting. Once they have enough ore, we'll blow the mound up. Watch your back.
How's it going?
As always, making sure that no one gets too close to the mages and the ore.
What can you tell me about this camp?
Watch out while you're here. There are a lot of cutthroats around in the camp. We have a number of unwritten laws here. 1. Only the mercenaries can enter the mage's zone. 2. You try to get anywhere near the ore mound, you're a dead man. 3. Don't try to get into the bar on the lake. You see, that's the rogues bar, and they don't like new kids like you showing up there.
Who calls the shots around here?
We mercenaries all follow Lee. He's made a deal with the mages. We protect them, they get us out of here.
So the mages are really in charge?
Nope. Nobody's in charge of the camp. Most people here are just guys that couldn't or wouldn't stay in the old camp. We all do our own thing here. We only agree on one thing. It's better to pile the ore into a mound and blow it up than to send it on to that goddamn king.
Do you need another good man?
We won't have anyone join the mercenaries unless they've been here for years and have had a lot of experience. If you want to stay in the camp, you'll have to get to grips with the rogues first.
Where can I find Lee?
Go into the big cave, keep to your right, and go right up to the top.
Where can I find a mage?
They usually live in the secluded upper section of the cave, but sometimes you see them down at the ore mound in the middle of the cave.
Where can I find Laris?
Right at the back, on the left-hand side of the big cave. You can't miss it. As soon as his guys stop you, you'll know you found him.
How's it going?
As always, making sure that no one gets too close to the mages and the ore.
What can you tell me about this camp?
Watch out while you're here. There are a lot of cut. We have enough too. You try to get. You see, that's the rogues.
You okay?
All's quiet for now.
For now?
If the rogues keep on attacking Gomez's convoys, it won't be long before him and his army come knocking down the gates. And that's not gonna be much fun.
Is there any trouble in this camp?
Man, there's always trouble. The rogues do as they please, and we mercenaries have to shield the mages and defend the camp.
Who calls the shots around here?
We do as the mages say, but usually they don't say nothing. They just hang out by the ore mound and bury their noses in their books. Basically, Lee's in charge. He's our boss.
I want to become a mercenary for the mages.
That's not so hard. If you're prepared to fight for our cause, Lee's bound to take you on. But he only takes people who are good with a sword. Well, are you?
Well,
I thought so. If you're really serious, talk to Gorn. He's trained newcomers before. Maybe you'll be lucky, and he'll take the time to train you.
Where can I find Gorn?
When you go in the cave, keep to your right. There are a couple of huts right up front. He lives in one of them.
Where can I find a mage?
They usually live in the secluded upper section of the cave, but sometimes you see them down at the ore mound in the middle of the cave.
Where can I find Lee?
Go into the big cave. Keep to your right and go right up to the top.
Where can I find Laris?
Right at the back, on the left-hand side of the big cave. You can't miss it. As soon as his guys stop you, you'll know you found him. May I pass through here?
How's it going?
There's a lot of work. We need a lot of rice to feed all these people.
Is there anything I should know about this place?
Be careful at the camp, boy. A lot of cutthroats hang out there, just waiting to lay their hands on a newcomer like you.
Do you have a leader?
Well, you could say the Rice Lord's our leader. But most of us only work for him because they're scared of him and his thugs. Not like me. Well, I've been around a few years, and I've had enough of being knocked around by the rogues in the camp. The rice fields are just right for me.
You okay?
What do you want? Did the Rice Lord send you? I'm already working as hard as I can.
Nobody sent me. I just want to talk. What can you tell me about the camp?
It's dangerous going there. Lee's mercenaries and the mages are okay, but you gotta watch out for the rogues.
Are you working in the rice fields voluntarily?
Yeah, that's right. Better to be working here of your own free will than being forced into it by the Rice Lord's thugs.
I see. You're from the sect camp, aren't you?
We call it the Brotherhood. I'm Baal Kagan. The sleeper be with you.
What are you doing here?
Originally, I was sent here to convince people to join our Brotherhood, but these barbarians are not interested in spiritual enlightenment. Therefore, I'm restricted to selling swamp weed. And that is a popular occupation here. Too popular. I can hardly deliver as much as they want to have.
Why don't they send an extra man here?
Baal Isidro was meant to help me, but he just spends all day in the bar on the lake and trades his weed for rice schnapps. He's addicted to the spirit. I fear I cannot expect any help from him.
I could help you sell your weed to the people.
I can only entrust such a large amount of weed to members of the Brotherhood. But you could help me give out gifts. Not everybody has tasted my goods yet. As soon as they've tried the weed, they'll want more, which means I can sell more.
I thought you could hardly manage to do your tasks now.
Baal Isidro will be taken care of soon. I've already sent a message to Kor Kalam.
What's in it for me if I hand out the weed for you?
I can reward you in many different ways. You can get magic spell scrolls from me, bearing the powerful magic of the sleeper. Or I can help you join our community if that's what you want. I have very good contacts to Kor Kalam and Baal Tyon. Both are very close to E. Baryon, our master. I can pay you with plain ore as well if you prefer. 100 nuggets should be enough for your efforts.
Okay, give me the weed. Who do you want me to give it to?
You're sure to find someone who'll take it. Talk to people, but only give one stalk to each person. One more thing. If you let somebody take the weed from you or if you smoke it yourself, our deal ceases to exist.
Sure. Show me your goods.
As you wish.
How are you?
We're working our butts off to make sure we get something to eat.
Tell me about this camp.
It's full to the brim with bastards. If it was up to me, I'd have the mercenaries throw all the rogues out of the camp. They don't do their share and only make trouble.
Whose job is it to make sure everything goes according to plan in the fields?
Everyone's. The Rice Lord's supposed to be watching over the work. But if you ask me, he spends all day sitting in his bunker counting his sacks. Well, him and Homer did set all this up.
How are you?
We're working our butts off to make sure we get something to eat.
Tell me about this camp.
It's full to the brim with bastards. They don't do their...
Whose job is it to make sure
Everyone's. Well...
I have some swampweed here. Do you want any?
Why not? I'll give you 10 ore for it. Go and ask some of the other guys. They're bound to want some too.
I have some swampweed here. Do you want any?
Why not? I'll give you 10 ore for it. Go and ask some of the other guys. They're bound to want some too.
Do you want some swampweed?
Sure I do. Here's 10 ore. If you get your hands on any more, you know...
I have some swampweed here. Do you want any?
Why not? I'll give you 10 ore for it. Go and ask some of the other guys. They're bound to want some too. May I pass through? May I pass through here?
How are things going at the moment?
The scrapers are still collecting. Once they have enough ore, we'll blow the mound up. Watch your back.
Hey, just arrived. We need somebody to take some water to the peasants in the rice fields. This way you can make friends with a few people. What do you think?
Sure, I'll be glad to help.
Great. Go to the Rice Lord. He'll give you the water and tell you everything you need to know.
You take care of the rice fields, don't you?
Why? You looking for work?
Lefty sent me.
Oh yeah? What did he say?
I'm to bring the peasants some water.
Right. Here's a dozen bottles of water. There's about twice that amount of peasants, so make sure you share it out evenly.
Lefty sent me. I brought you some water.
Thanks, man. My mouth's like a desert.
What are you doing here? You looking for trouble?
Hey, relax. I'm a newcomer.
Huh? You look okay, though. You never know. You get new guys come along thinking they're it every day.
What's a man like you doing with the peasants?
Lee asked me that. I don't fight anymore, except to defend myself. I killed a guy once. And that was once too many. That's why they chucked me in this goddamn colony. It was justice.
How did it happen?
It was just an ordinary bar fight. I didn't mean to kill the guy. I just must have hit him too hard. I was a blacksmith at the time. I didn't know my own strength.
Why did you join this camp?
I'll tell you. My only option was to join those sect loonies, and I didn't want to let those gurus of theirs mess about with my brain. In the old camp, I'd have had too much trouble with the guards, but the mercenaries and rogues do have some respect.
They're afraid of you?
Maybe. Anyway, I found peace here, and you should try the same.
Can you teach me to be as strong as you are?
Even if I could, what would you use your strength for?
Self-defense.
That takes speed, not strength. Do you think cracking skulls is better than finding peace?
Good question. I'll think about it. Lefty sent me. I've brought you some water.
Thanks, man. I was just about to start drinking the mud.
I've been thinking the whole thing over.
And? Have you thought of anything better?
No.
I thought so.
Lefty sent me. I've brought you some water.
Thanks, man. A bit longer and I'd have started drinking mud.
Lefty sent me. I've brought you some water.
Thanks, boy. I needed that.
Hi, I'm new here. I just wanted to know what goes on around here.
Ask someone else, will ya? I do nothing but work out here in the fields. I don't know nothing. Man, I'd love to tell the Rice Lord to do his own damn dirty work.
Lefty sent me. I brought you some water.
Thanks, man. My mouth's like a desert.
Who is the Rice Lord?
He was one of the first to arrive here. He helped found the camp and start up the rice fields. These days he just hangs out at the warehouse stretching his stomach, the fat pig.
If you don't like it, why are you working here?
It happened the first day I got here. Lefty, one of the thugs that works for the Rice Lord, came up to me and asked if I could lend a hand in the rice fields. Sure, I said. I was new here and I wanted to make myself useful. The next day, when I was taking a short rest, the guy turned up again. You don't want to let all your colleagues do all their work by themselves, do you? He asked. I told him I was exhausted from the previous day's work, that I needed a rest and all that. But he never listened. He grabbed me by the collar and dragged me back to the field. From that day on, he stood outside my doorstep every day until I got used to going on my own. I didn't want any trouble with those guys. They're real cutthroats. You'd better steer clear of them.
Lefty sent me. I brought you some water.
Thanks, man. A bit longer and I'd have started drinking mud.
Lefty sent me. I brought you some water.
Thanks, man. My mouth's like a desert.
Lefty sent me. I've brought you some water.
Thanks, boy. I needed that.
Lefty sent me. I brought you some water.
Thanks, boy. I needed that.
Hi, I'm new here.
It's good to see a fresh face.
You must have been here a long time, huh?
Damn right, boy. Hey, I was one of the first.
In that case, you must know a lot about this place.
So-so. I spend most of my time out here just picking rice. That's what let me get so old. We get some rice and the odd schnapps. That's not much, but that's enough.
Why are you here?
Taxes, boy, taxes. My shed was as empty as my stomach, and I just couldn't pay. So one day the soldiers came and brought me here, but it's no worse in here than it is out there. At least I won't starve in here. I always paid my taxes before, all my life. But that wasn't good enough for that son of a bitch with a crown.
Lefty sent me. I brought you some water.
Thanks, man. A bit longer and I'd have started...
Lefty sent me. I brought you some water.
Thanks, man. My mouth's like a desert.
Lefty sent me. I brought you some water.
Thanks, man. A bit...
Hey, you! Well done. You're useful for something after all. I think this is exactly the right task for you. From now on, you do it every day. Go on with it right now.
Are you looking for something?
I'm looking for leaks in the dam. I reckon there's a lurker gnawing at the foundations. The beast grinds its teeth and claws against the stones and wooden beams underwater. If it carries on, the whole dam will soon be undermined.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Sure, stop that beast from gnawing at my dam.
Where can I find the beast?
I'd hunt round on the other side of the lake. Nobody ever goes there. That's probably where its den is.
Did you build the dam?
Yes, I built the dam back when we founded the new camp. Of course everyone helped, but I was the master builder.
always talk.
If you think.
Rely on somebody in
Cleared up ages.
Doubt that's ever likely to change.
Let's talk about something else instead. People always talk.
You have to watch what you tell people.
Greetings, magician.
May the blessing of Adanos be with you. I can help you to increase your magic powers or give you some useful items. What can I do for you?
It was obvious that there would be trouble ahead.
I have a letter for the High Magician of the Circle of Fire.
We are the magicians of the Circle of Water. The magicians of the Circle of Fire live in the old camp.
But I can't get into the castle. Could you help me?
Well, occasionally we send messengers to our brothers in the old camp. But we only entrust these messages to Lara's men. He's been seeing to it for many years now that our messengers arrive safely.
I'm not listening to all the blathering anymore.
You want to destroy the barrier. How exactly do you plan to do that?
We need major amounts of magic ore. We'll release the entire magic power in a great magic rite to blow up the barrier. Of course, such a big amount of ore attracts a lot of rogues and crooks. That's why we need a man to defend our plan.
I wouldn't like to be in his shoes, though.
Some people never learn.
I'd like to join you.
If you want to join us, you should see Lee or Laris.
I'd like to become a magician.
We cannot afford to spread our knowledge among our enemies. We will not even consider instructing you unless you prove your loyalty to us.
I need more magic power.
I can help you to increase your power. Use it wisely.
You're very probably right.
Let's talk about something.
People always
I want to acquire magic writings.
But keep it to yourself. People don't need to know it. I doubt that's ever likely to change.
People always
Some
talk.
people never learn.
Same old story every time.
I wouldn't like to be in his shoes, though.
Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. That's how it goes.
I thought that'd be cleared up ages ago.
Shit to be in his shoes, though.
But keep it to yourself. People don't need to know it.
You have to what?
It was obvious there would be trouble ahead.
Do you want some swamp weed?
I'll give you 10 ore for it. Here. Anytime you need to get rid of some more, just stop by.
What goes on here?
You've not been here long, have you? The mages have been preparing for the blasting of the ore mound for years. They say it won't be long now. At least it looks that way, considering the huge mound that the scrapers have assembled so far.
What do I have to do to join the camp?
You can join our gang, but first you have to prove.
How do I do that?
If I were you, I'd get...
Do you want some swamp weed?
I'll give you 10 ore for it. Here. Anytime you need to get rid of some more...
What do I have to do to join?
You can join our gang.
How do I?
If I were...
What are you guarding?
We make sure none of Lee's or Gomez's people come too close to Lairs.
Now where are you going?
Where can I go?
To Laris.
I want to see Laris.
I doubt he'll talk to you.
Just you leave that to me.
I won't stop you.
Hey, how's it going?
Do you want to buy something?
I need a few things.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear. Let's talk about something else instead. Some people never learn. Same old story every time.
Hang on.
Hang on, better.
Let's talk about something else instead.
You look like you could do with some swamp weed.
You got some? I'll have a stalk for 10 ore. Come back anytime, brother.
How's it going?
And what do you want?
I want to know more about this camp.
Then go on in. Take a look around. So long as you're not one of Gomez's men, no one will stop you.
I wouldn't like to be in his shoes.
What do I have to do to join the camp?
Go out into the fields and help the peasants collect the rice.
That won't happen again.
You look like you could do with some swamp weed.
You got some? I'll have a stalk for 10 ore. Come back anytime, brother.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
That's ever likely to change.
That wasn't very
There
clever.
must be something about that story after all.
You look like you could do with some swamp weed.
You got some? I'll have a stalk for 10 ore. Come back anytime, brother.
It's not really my problem.
As long as I'm not involved. There was a time when things would have gone very differently.
If you think...
Thought that had been cleared up ages ago.
I have some swamp weed here. Do you want some?
Sure. Here's 10 ore. Come by again when you get some more, will ya?
Something else instead.
I'm not listening to all the blathering anymore.
But keep it to yourself. People don't need to. I'd better keep out of it.
I've shared out the weed.
The first new customers have already been to see me. You've done a good job. What will you have as a reward?
These spell scrolls are quite interesting. What kind of spells are they?
Fist of Wind, Charm, Telekinesis, Pyrokinesis, and Sleep. You may pick 3 of these spells.
I'll take the spell scrolls.
A good decision. Pick 3. That was 3. Use them wisely.
You have to watch what you tell people.
But keep it to yourself. People don't need to know it. I doubt this ever will change.
Where do you want to go?
I want to meet Laris.
Laris is here, but you need a good reason to disturb him.
Mordrag sent me.
Mordrag hasn't been seen here for some time. He's probably changed over to the old camp.
I came here with him.
Mordrag's back? If you meet him, tell him Laris wants to see him.
Mordrag gave me something for Laris.
What is it?
A ring.
Certainly a precious piece. Okay, you can see him.
I want to join your gang.
Oh, yeah? What have you got to show for yourself, then?
Mordrag sent me. He gave me a ring for you.
A precious piece. It's part of normal procedure here to share your booty with your gang leader. But the fact that he gave you the ring proves that he must think a lot of you. I want you to go to him and tell him something from me. Tell him I want somebody in the sect camp. The Brotherhood is planning something big. I want to know exactly what's going on there.
Is that enough for me to join you?
Mordrag has spoken up for you, but you're not ready yet. Do your tasks.
What else can I do?
Baal Isidro from the sect camp has weed worth at least 400 ore on him. I want you to get it from him. I don't care how you do it. If you have the weed, sell it. Bring me the 400 ore. Then we'll talk again to see if you'll be admitted to the gang.
Where can I learn something?
With me. I can help you to improve your dexterity and strength.
I want to better myself. I want to better myself.
Hang on.
It was obvious that there would be trouble ahead.
I need more magic power.
I can help you to increase your power. Use it wisely. Step aside.
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. That's how it goes. It is obvious that there will be trouble.
How are things?
Get lost!
You're very probably right.
Hey, a new face.
Who are you?
I am Gorn, mercenary of the magicians.
What do you have to do as a mercenary of the magicians?
Lee has made a deal with the magicians. He hires the best fighters to be found in the colony, which means us. We take care that the scrapers can mine the ore without being bothered and keep trouble away from the magicians. The magicians make sure we'll get out of here, and we get a small share of the ore as our pay.
Let's talk about something else instead.
Can I stay somewhere here without having to kick somebody out of his hut?
I don't think so. But if that's really what you want to do, go and see Shrike. He's taken the hut right at the front, at the entrance to the cave. It was empty, but it really belonged to us.
Us?
Well, us mercenaries. Mercenaries and rogues live separately here. And none of Laris's gang should be here, on this side of the big hall. It doesn't make much difference, really, but he didn't ask. And you can't let those rogues get away with everything, because then they get real cocky.
What do I have to do to join the new camp?
Before Lee admits you, you'll have to improve your fighting skills. It doesn't matter what weapon you use, but you have to be good. Besides, you should be very experienced with the life here and everything. If you don't want to go to the other camps, you should try to join the rogues before you start as a mercenary.
That's how it goes.
See you later.
I wouldn't like to be in his shoes, though.
Some people never learn. People always talk.
Let's talk about something else instead.
Who are you?
I was involved in a mutiny as mate of a royal warship. It wasn't such a good idea. The greater part of the crew was on the captain's side. That's how I came to be here.
I'd like to join you.
Lee won't take you on until you get real good. I'm telling you now. And until then, you'd better stay on good terms with Laris and his crowd. You want some advice, boy? Steal something important from the old camp, or the old mine. As soon as the boys notice that you're against Gomez, you won't have any more trouble here.
And how do I do that?
You need to win their trust, and then you can rip them off.
I'd like to join...
Lee, you want some... As soon as the...
And how do I do...
You need to win... Do you know where you're heading?
Where?
You're heading straight for Lee, our leader.
I thought that would have been clarified a long
What do I need to
time
do to
ago.
make you let me see Lee?
Nothing. This isn't the old camp, and Lee isn't Gomez. He doesn't need an army of henchmen to hide behind. He can defend himself. We are only here in case he needs us.
That's really not my problem. Hang on. Better not go rushing into anything.
You're the boss of the mercenaries, aren't you?
That's right, boy.
Which task do the mage's mercenaries have?
Very simple. Protect the ore, protect the mages. Sometimes the mages have a special task for one of us.
I'd like to join you.
You have a nerve. Do you honestly think I'll just take anybody who walks in here? You can only become one of us after you've spent a certain time in the camp. I'll observe you.
How's it going?
As always, making sure that no one gets too close to the mages and the ore.
I have some swamp weed here. Do you want any?
Show me the weed first. You don't have any, do you?
Stop! Nobody may pass without the password!
Maybe. I thought that had been cleared up ages ago.
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
I thought that had been cleared up ages ago.
And where do you want to go?
Why? In there.
Forget it. Silas only wants to see scrapers and rogues in his bar.
Think. As long as I'm not involved.
Keep it to yourself. People don't need to know.
How about some ore as an admission fee?
How much ore exactly is some?
You have to watch what you tell people.
I have 10 ore. Here.
10 ore? For that, I'll allow you to try again.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Are you deaf or what, pal?
That won't happen again. Keep it to yourself. People don't need to know it. I doubt it. That won't happen.
I'd better keep out of it.
I want to improve my handling of one-handed weapons.
Of course. It'll cost you, though. I want 30 ore.
I want to improve my handling of one-handed weapons.
I can't teach you anything. You don't have enough experience.
Same old story. I'd better keep it. Let's talk about something else instead. I'd better keep out of it. Some people never learn. You have to work with your team. Rely on somebody.
Something about that story after all.
Some people never learn.
You think?
It was obvious that they were in trouble.
And where do you want to go?
Why, in there.
Forget it. Silas only wants to see scrapers and rogues in his bar.
I'd better keep out. Let's talk about something else instead.
I'm a scraper, and I'm thirsty.
You don't look like no scraper. You won't get in here like that, boy.
Well, there was a time when things would have...
How about some ores and admission fee?
How much ore exactly is some?
I thought that had been cleared up ages ago.
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
100 ore nuggets should be enough.
Truly spoken. You can get in.
You have to what? You have to watch what you tell people. I thought that had been cleared up ages ago.
That's not really my...
Laris has a message for you.
Tell me about it.
He wants to know what's going on in the sect camp, and he wants you to find out.
I get the feeling this problem will solve itself.
Same old story every time.
Let's talk about something else instead.
Thought that had been cleared up ages ago.
Are you really the magician's courier?
What if I am?
I'd like to have a chance to talk to the magicians. I have to get inside the castle.
The magician's couriers bear seals.
But keep it to yourself.
That's not really my problem. That's not really my problem.
That won't happen again.
You probably
Well,
right.
how's the mine going on?
We've done most of it. Just a few more weeks and we'll have
Rely on
enough.
somebody and you're in trouble. That's how
You
it
have to.
goes. I'm not listening to all that blathering anymore.
You're from the Free Mine, right?
Right. How'd you find that out?
It was obvious there would be trouble.
There was a time there'd be trouble. Things would have gone very differently.
Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. That's
As long as I'm not involved. Maybe.
Let's talk about.
You shouldn't be.
There must be.
It was obvious there would be trouble ahead.
You don't look very happy.
I'm not.
You probably
I need to get rid of a whole pile of weed.
You're here to sell goods from the sect camp?
Yes, but I just can't be bothered.
Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. I better keep That's how it goes.
I could sell the weed for you for a consideration, of course.
Forget it. I'm not as drunk as all that. You just go running away with it.
People
There must be
always talk.
something about that story after all.
I'll tell you something, you have a problem. Bal Kagan will make sure you'll be replaced.
I'm not listening to all
What?
that blathering.
The sleeper have mercy on me. I need to get rid of this stuff.
I'd better keep out of it.
Think about it. Give me the weed and we'll share the profit.
No, man. I'll manage.
Same old story. Every
Here you go.
time.
Have another drink on me.
Thanks, man. I'll drink to your health.
So watch what you tell people.
That wasn't very clever.
Think about it. Give me the weed and we'll share the profit.
Oh, man. I need to get rid of this stuff. You wouldn't try to make me look like a fool, would you?
I give you my word.
Hang on.
Good. Here's this stuff. You should get at least 400 ore for it. That would be 200 for each of us. I'll be waiting here. Come back as soon as you have the ore.
Do you know who'll take bigger amounts here?
If I knew that, I would have gone myself. I feel much better now that I'm rid of this stuff.
Trouble ahead.
You have to watch what you tell people.
You have to watch what you tell people.
Well, how's the mine going on?
We've done most of it.
That wasn't very.
There must be something about that story after all.
If you think.
Maybe.
You're probably right.
I just want to talk to you.
I'm not here to talk.
You have to watch what
It
you
was
tell
obvious
people.
there would be trouble ahead.
I'm not listening to all the
Same
blathering
old
anymore.
How are things?
Great. We trade our homemade rice snaps for ore. Well, the boys carry in enough ore. Where should they spend it if not here?
Wouldn't like to be in his shoes, though.
But keep. People always talk.
You only let in rogues and scrapers?
We don't mind the sect brothers either.
But apart from that, nobody gets in here.
People always talk.
There must be something about that story after all.
How's the schnapps business going?
Go in and ask Silas. We can't complain.
I wouldn't like to be in his shoes, though.
You shouldn't believe everything.
I have some swampweed here. Do you want any?
Why not? I'll give you 10 ore for it. Go and ask some of the other guys.
Do you want some swampweed?
Sure I do. Here's 10 ore. If you get your...
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
Believe everything you hear.
You have to watch what you tell people.
Rely on somebody and you're in trouble.
You have
That's
to
how
watch
it
what
goes.
you tell people.
See you later.
As long as I'm not involved.
Keep it to yourself.
It's the same story every time. I don't think that's ever likely to change.
You should...
There was a time.
Do you want some swampweed?
Sure I... If you get your...
Hang on.
I have some swampweed here. Do you want any?
Why not? I'll give you 10 ore for it.
I better keep out.
Let's talk about something else.
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
Yeah, I won't.
Do you want some swampweed? Do you want some swampweed?
Sure I... If you get your hands...
Same old story every time.
I have some swampweed here. Do you want any?
Go and ask some of the other guys.
Do you want some swampweed?
Sure I do. Here's 10 ore. If you get your hands on...
What do I need to do to...
Nothing. This isn't the old. He doesn't need it. We are.
Stop! Nobody may pass without the password. I won't say it again. No step further.
You're very probably right. People always talk. There was a time when things would have gone very differently.
Believe everything you hear.
But keep it to yourself. People don't need to know.
Hang on.
You okay?
All's quiet for now.
For now?
If the rogues keep on attacking Gomez's convoys, it won't be long before him and his army. And that's not...
Do you want some swamp weed?
Sure I do. If you get your...
I have some swamp weed here.
Why not go and ask some of the other?
Where can I get a bow here?
You've come to the right address for that. I offer good value for good ore.
Who are you?
I'm Wolf. I make armor.
I'm looking for better armor.
I can't sell you anything. Lairs would kill me if I sold armor to strangers.
How do I get furs and skins?
On the way to the new camp, you'll come across Aiden. He can teach you how to skin animals. Radford and Drax are hanging around in the north of the old camp. It's on the way to the trading square.
I'd like to learn how to handle a bow.
I can teach you, but I can't do it as a favor. After all, I have to eat as well.
How much?
Anything I teach you will cost you 50 ore. I don't haggle.
Do you trade in anything else?
I buy furs and skins from the hunters. If you get something like that, I'll buy it.
You look like you could do with some swamp weed.
You got some? I'll have a stalk for 10 ore. Come back any time, brother.
You look like you could do with some swamp weed.
You got some? I'll have a stalk for 10 ore. Come.
I have some swamp weed here. Do you want some?
Come by again when you get some more.
Some people never learn. Very clever.
Doubt that's ever likely to change.
As long as I'm not. But keep it to yourself. People don't need to know.
Do you want some swamp weed?
I'll give you 10 ore for it. Here. Anytime you need to get rid of some...
You look like you could do with some swamp weed.
You got some? I'll have a stalk for 10 ore.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
You have to watch what you tell people.
You should believe everything you hear.
Blathering.
Hi, who are you?
It's none of your business. I don't like your mug.
That's how it
That
goes.
wasn't very clever.
Well, hang on. Better not go rushing in.
Rely on somebody.
Shh! Hey, you!
Who? Me?
Exactly. Come over here.
I have some swamp weed here. Do you want some?
Sure. Here's 10 ore. Come by again when you get some more, will ya?
What do you want?
You've just arrived, haven't you? I noticed it straight away. There are a lot of things you need to know. I can teach you a few things. Besides, you have to watch who you talk to. Butch, for example. That's the guy over there, next to the campfire. Be aware of him.
What's the matter with Butch?
He has the mean habit of beating up the new ones. So you better avoid meeting him.
What can you teach me?
It depends. What do you want to know?
I'd better keep out of it.
I doubt that.
It was obvious there would be trouble ahead.
You have to watch what you tell.
You don't look very agile. I could help you. I can show you how to control your body. It's the art of acrobatics.
Lefty sent me. I've brought you some water.
But you don't have any left. Well, never mind, boy.